Welcome to the Irvine Valley College 2026 commencement ceremony. Our graduation ceremonies are set to begin. As a courtesy, please silence your cell phones. I ask our guests that are able to, please rise for the processional and remain standing until the presentation of colors and the singing of our national anthem has concluded. We also ask for the removal of caps and hats. Our processional and pomp and circumstance will now begin. Please welcome to the stage Dr. John C. Hernandez, President of Irvine Valley College.
Good evening. For those who are able, please remain standing while the Irvine Police Honor Guard presents the colors and then for the singing of our national anthem.
Please welcome to the stage Maddox Feemster, music major from Irvine Valley College, singing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please welcome back to the stage Dr. John C. Hernandez.
Our thanks once again to IVC Music Major Maddox Feemster and the Irvine Police Honor Guard. Will our honored guests, faculty, and graduates please be seated? Please take a moment as we honor, acknowledge, reflect, and express our sincere gratitude for and appreciation of the peoples, ancestors, and sacred land that we gather upon today. We honor the unceded ancestral homelands and traditional territories of Indigenous peoples who have been here since time immemorial, and to recognize that we must continue to build solidarity and kinship with Native Indigenous communities. At Irvine Valley College, we honor the Kizh Nation, the Hashiman Nation, and the Gabrielino Tongva tribe. We would also like to pay our respects to the land and life of Indigenous people, the ancestors, elders, and our relatives and relations past, present, and emerging. Good evening, buenas tardes. Welcome to the 41st annual commencement at Irvine Valley College, where today we celebrate the class of 2026. I am John Hernandez, and as president, it is my honor to welcome families, friends, our dedicated faculty, staff, and trustees, and all the supporters of our graduating class. At this time, I would like to make a few introductions, starting with the platform party, and I would ask, please hold your applause until we've finished. Beginning to my right, Clerk of the Board, TJ Prendergast, Trustee Lisa Bartlett, Vice Chancellor of Human Resources, Cindy Viscachel, Vice President of Instruction, Rick Miranda, Vice President of Student Services, Martha McDonald, ASIVC President, Maba Ahmad, our full-time Teacher of the Year, Deanna Valdez. To my left, Chancellor Juliana Barnes, Board President, Carolyn Inman, Academic Senate President, Rebecca Beck, Trustee Timothy Jamal, Vice President for Administrative Services, Davit Kachatrian, Vice Chancellor of Educational and Technology Services, Christopher McDonald, and our Classified Senate President, Zoraida Quiros. Now please join me in welcoming to the podium the South Orange County Community College District Board of Trustees President, Carolyn Inman.
Please welcome to the stage Carolyn Inman, President of the South Orange County Community College District Board of Trustees.
Good evening, everyone. It is truly a privilege to stand before you today in one of the most important days for Irvine Valley College. On behalf of the South Orange County Community College District Board of Trustees, I congratulate the class of 2026. Each of you has a story. Some of you have balanced family, work, and school. Others have overcome difficult obstacles, and yet, here you are, stronger, wiser, and ready for what comes next. Today is your commencement, representing the end of one chapter of your life and the beginning of another one. But today is also about perseverance, determination, and the courage to pursue something that will help you forever. As a board, we are deeply committed to ensuring that students have high-quality, affordable education that opens doors. And today, you are walking through one of those doors. You are entering a world that needs you. The world needs your ideas, your compassion, and your leadership. Whether you are going to transfer to the university or enter the workforce know this: your voice matters. Here at Irvine Valley College, you have gained knowledge, but more than that, you have built resilience, formed connections, and discovered your potential. Those are the tools that will carry you forward. I encouraged you to stay involved with your communities and never underestimate the impact you can make. The future is not something that happens to you. It is something that you help create. There will be challenges and obstacles. In those moments, remember the words of Winston Churchill: never give up, never give up, never, never, never get up in nothing. Nothing great or small, large or petty, never give up. The perseverance that brought you to this stage today will carry you through whatever happens to you in the future. To the families and loved ones, thank you for the support that helped these graduates get here. To our exceptional faculty and staff, thank you for your dedication and guidance of these students. Graduates, today we celebrate you, but tomorrow the world will benefit from you. Congratulations, class of 2026. We are proud of you, and we cannot wait to see what you will contribute.
Please welcome Juliana Barnes, Chancellor of the South Orange County Community College District.
All right. Good evening, graduates and families and colleagues and friends. So happy to see all of you this evening. What a joyful time it is, an inspiring day it is. It's our favorite day of the year for sure. It's an honor to celebrate with you the Irvine Valley College class of 2026. Wow, what a beautiful sight. As the Chancellor of the South Orange County Community College District, I can't tell you how proud I truly am of each and every one of you. You actually did it. You're here and you did it. You set a goal, you stayed the course, and today you're achieving something that will forever change your life, and then also for generations that come after you, and obviously with the community as well. When thinking about commencement, oftentimes people think about an ending. It's the end of the year. But commencement also means the beginning, hence the word commence, to begin. It marks the completion of one chapter here at Irvine Valley College, but it's also opening the door to countless new opportunities in the future. Here at the college, we often think and talk about creating pathways, seamless pathways for students, whether it's pathways to transfer or a career or lifelong learning. And so today you actually are standing at the intersection of those pathways, ready to take your next step. But what makes today so meaningful is not just about where you're going, but it's also about where you have been. You have shown resilience in the face of challenge. You have shown discipline in the pursuit of excellence, and you have shown courage, the courage to invest in yourself and also to your future. Those qualities will serve you as you move beyond Irvine Valley College. And as you do move forward, I hope that you embrace change, you remain curious, and that you lead with purpose. There is so much happening in the world, as we all know, and things are changing and evolving so quickly, and it's going to take a thoughtful, smart, innovative, insightful, compassionate leader to take on the world of the future. Be those leaders, Irvine Valley College graduates. Be those leaders. The world needs you to be those leaders. I can personally attest to the power of education and how it made a transformative change in my own life as a first-generation college student myself, and I see a lot of you with the little stoles that say first-generation college. I tell you, I would not be standing here as a chancellor of the South Orange County Community College District without the gift of education. So as you move forward today, carry what you have learned here, not just in the classroom, but with your experience with others. Your relationships also matter. Remember that success is not just measured by what you achieve, but how you uplift others and you're in community with others. And so to our faculty, we're our fabulous faculty here in the back, this beautiful, lovely group of people. To our wonderful classified professionals, which I believe are sprinkled throughout as well, and then our administrative leaders and so many others, thank you as well. I always say it takes a village, and truly it does take a village, so thanks for your unwavering commitment to our students. Each day you live and breathe our mission, which actually starts with students are at the heart of our mission, and you place students at the heart of all you do each and every day, and it's the fruits of your labor are here as we stand. So to the families and supporters, I see all of you in the back, lovely families and supporters. Yes. This accomplishment also belongs to you. You have supported and encouraged your loved ones here today and made this moment possible. And to graduates, never forget you are part of something bigger. Today is about you, but it's also part of the community and the mission of what we're trying to do in our community and world in general. We are so proud to call you alumni and lasers. We're excited for your future and confident in the difference that you're going to make in the future. So go forward boldly. Class of 2026, we're so proud of you and congratulations.
Thank you, Chancellor Barnes. Graduates and guests, it is a privilege to gather with you this evening in such a beautiful and meaningful setting. Live Oak Terraces has been home to many of our commencement ceremonies since 2012, and tonight it once again provides a fitting place to celebrate this milestone. Around us, we see a campus that continues to grow and evolve. Adjacent to you and soon to be opened The new Arts Promenade and Cafe stands as a beautiful addition to IVC, reflecting our ongoing investment in creativity, connection, and the student experience. As the sun begins to set this evening, it offers a fitting backdrop for this moment of celebration, reflection, and achievement. Since becoming California's 105th accredited community college in 1985, Irvine Valley College now serves more than 23,000 students a year. From our founding, IVC has supported thousands of students as they transferred to universities, advanced in careers, developed new skills, and continued lifelong learning. If you are an IVC alum, thank you for your continued support and for returning to our campus. For this occasion, we are truly honored that more than 500 students registered to participate in this ceremony. Students, each of you arrived here by a different path. Some of you came directly from high school, ready for your next chapter. Others found your way back to the classroom after years, sometimes decades away. Many of you balance your studies with work, family responsibilities, and commitments that did not pause while you pursued an education. And yet, through it all, you persisted. Class of 2026, you are not defined by a single chapter, but by a collection of bold beginnings, courageous choices, and forward momentum. Every graduate here represents a first in some way. The first in your family to pursue education. The first to step into a new career path. The first to begin again when it would have been easier not to. The first to navigate your education during a time of constant change. Graduates, before you take your place in IVC history, and before I share some remarkable numbers about you and your classmates, I want to reflect just a moment. Each of you carries a story that brought you to this milestone, a story filled with effort, sacrifice, and resolve. For many of you, this achievement is shared with your families, your communities, and those who never, ever gave up and believed in you. And that support is especially meaningful tonight because 1 in 3 students are the first in their family to earn a college degree or certificate. As a first-generation immigrant, I understand the weight and the meaning of this moment. Like many of you, my parents, Juan and Raquel, came to this country in search of opportunity for a chance at something more. For me, earning a college credential was much more than personal accomplishment. It reflected their sacrifices, their hopes, and their belief in what is possible. And like me, you carry that pride forward with courage and purpose, creating new opportunities not only for yourselves, but for those who will follow. I would also like to pause and recognize those who stood beside you along the way. Your parents and families, spouses, partners, friends, mentors, faculty and staff who supported you throughout this journey. So graduates, please join me in thanking them with a heartfelt round of applause. Students, your voices, experiences, and determination have shaped IVC in meaningful ways. We are committed to your success, not only in reaching graduation, but in empowering you to thrive in lives of purpose and economic mobility. Your achievements represent far more than academic success. It reflects courage, commitment, and the enduring power of possibility. With deep appreciation and pride, I'd like to take a few moments to recognize the collective accomplishments of the class of 2026. This year, we are proud to be awarding 1,525 students with a Certificate of Achievement and 3,671 with either an Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, or Associate degree for transfer. That's a total of 5,196 certificates and degrees that will be conferred this evening. This year, we would like to also recognize the many family connections represented among our graduates, including sets of twins, spouses, several siblings, a mother and daughter, and other special IVC family moments of pride. Tonight, we are especially proud to begin a new commencement tradition by recognizing members of our IVC family whose loved ones are among this year's graduating class. Please hold your applause until I've introduced everyone. Desiree Ortiz, a longtime classified professional, recently recognized as Classified Professional of the Year, and the current president of the California School Employees Association, is here celebrating her daughter, Kira Alexandria Ortiz. We also recognize Riza Lee, Associate Faculty in Human Development, whose son, Jed Lee, is graduating this evening. Also joining us is Marwa El-Mosalami, an ESL part-time faculty member whose son, Hadi El-Mosalami, is graduating this evening. Cynthia Cavali, mental health professional expert in our Veterans Services Center, is celebrating not just one, but two graduates this evening. Her husband, Robert Gonzalez, and their son, Cage Gonzalez. And Michael Bowman, a specialist in IT, whose brother, Matthew Bowman, is among tonight's graduates. Congratulations to each of you. Your accomplishment reminds us that educational achievement is often strengthened by the love, support, and encouragement of the people around us. We're also proud to recognize 41 early college graduates from Beckman High School, most of who have earned an IGETC Certificate of Achievement or an associate degree, all while simultaneously completing high school. This is one of the largest cohorts of early college graduates since the program launched in 2007. Additionally, we are proud to recognize 63 students over the age of 50, reminding us that the pursuit of knowledge truly has no age limit. We also honor our student veterans and military-connected students whose courage, commitment, and leadership have strengthened our college community. Student veterans, would you please stand if you are able so we may thank you for your service. Thank you. As a campus, we're also honored to recognize the dedication and accomplishments of our ASIVC student government leaders and their outstanding contributions to student engagement and student life. If you are a member of any branch of student government and you are able, please stand to be recognized. At this time, I would like to recognize our students who are graduating with academic distinction. We are so proud to celebrate 441 honors program students who are graduating this year. We also recognize the many graduates who have earned honors through their outstanding academic achievement. 450 students earned cum laude honors with a GPA of 3.50 to 3.74. 488 students earned magna cum laude honors with a GPA of 3.75 to 3.99, and 250 students earned summa cum laude honors with a 4.0 GPA. With those of you being recognized in any of those categories, please stand if you are able so we could recognize you with a round of applause. Congratulations, thank you. Most of you are continuing your educational journeys at universities across the state and the nation, including all 9 University of California campuses, multiple California State University campuses, and distinguished public and private institutions such as Brown, Columbia, Cornell, Georgetown, NYU, and the University of Michigan, and many others. I think we know where that transfer student is. At the same time, many of you are beginning meaningful careers ready to contribute to industries and communities with the skills, experience, and preparation gained through our career education programs. So congratulations to all of you, class of 2026. We are proud of you, and wherever your path leads, remember, you will always be part of the IVC community. You will always be lasers for life. Now please join me in welcoming to the podium Vice President for Instruction, Rick Miranda.
Thank you, Dr. Hernandez. It is my pleasure to introduce tonight's keynote speaker, someone whose passion for teaching, innovation, and genuine care for students has made a meaningful impact here at Irvine Valley College and far beyond our campus. As a full-time mathematics professor at IVC, she teaches everything from pre-calculus to differential equations and multivariable calculus. But what truly sets her apart is the way she approaches teaching, creating classrooms that are engaging, supportive, and student-centered. Through her flipped classroom model, she has helped students move beyond simply memorizing formula to actively learning, collaborating, and building confidence in their own abilities. Her impact extends well beyond the walls of the classroom. She is the creator of Math with Professor V, a YouTube channel that has reached and supported tens of thousands of students around the world. Through those online lectures, she has expanded access to high-quality math instruction and helped make mathematics more approachable for so many learners. She also recently launched IVC's first annual high school math contest, helping strengthening connections with our local schools while encouraging students to explore and engage in STEM fields. What started as an idea has already created excitement and momentum for future generations of students. What I admire most is her commitment to helping students who may not see themselves as math people. They discover that they absolutely are math people and belong. She brings both excellence and heart to her work every single day. Please join me in welcoming our 2026 Outstanding Full-Time Teacher of the Year and tonight's keynote speaker, Professor Deanna Valdez.
Good evening, class of 2026. So first and foremost, I want to thank you all because being named Teacher of the Year means more to me than I can probably express because it comes from you guys, the students who I care about so much. And I've loved being a part of your journey, whether I met you in my classroom, at campus events, or virtually via YouTube. So yes, I teach math. And when I tell people that outside of campus, it usually generates a strong reaction. Most of the time, they say something like, oh wow, I always hated math, or I could never do that. One time, a lady looked at me and just said, ew, why? And I knew not to take it personally. I figured she was still working through some unresolved math trauma from early in her life. But the interesting thing is, I never felt that way when I was growing up about math. And it's largely in part because I had a really unique set of circumstances at home that not all of you may know about. And that is, my mother is also a math professor. So in our house, instead of math being something that was feared or hated, math was treated as something that was accessible, something beautiful, and something that was worthy of our time and study. Now, my mother's journey to her career as a math professor was anything but easy. She immigrated to the United States from Armenia when she was 15 years old. English was not her first language, and the school system at the time was not designed to support a newly arrived student who was gifted in STEM but still learning the language. So it wasn't until years later, after she was married and already a mother, that she made the decision to go back to school, starting at a community college, just like many of you. And then once I was old enough to be in school and on my own during the day, she began taking classes full-time, transferred to a university, and completed both her bachelor's and master's degrees in mathematics while raising a family. I remember attending her graduation, but at the time I didn't fully understand the magnitude of what she had accomplished, but now I do. She was juggling school, motherhood, building a future for our family, and showing us what perseverance and sacrifice really looks like. It has been one of the greatest honors of my life to follow in her footsteps, not just in my career, but in how I carry myself in this world. She is my ultimate role model, the person I admire most, and the one I will always turn to for wisdom, strength, and unconditional love. She also set a powerful example for me as a woman in STEM. I was often one of the only women in my math classes, especially in graduate school. And that can be intimidating, but because of her, I never questioned whether or not I belonged there. And I hope that everyone in this audience, especially the women, know that you belong in any room your hard work takes you to. Now, if you've ever been in my class, you know I'm going to say this next part. Stop rushing. You're all in such a hurry to finish your classes, to transfer, to get your degree, get the job. And look, I get it. Those are amazing goals. But take a breath. Because what's the rush to get to that phase in your life where now you're stressed about things you weren't stressed about before, like all rent and grocery prices, or to miss the flexible schedule and the snippets of free time that you did have as a student? Life will get more complicated. That's a promise. So don't burn yourself out trying to get there faster. Take this time to be present and build the habits that will carry you when things get harder, which they will. And while we're talking about building, let's talk about building excellence. To truly achieve excellence in anything, whether it's math, art, sports, medicine, it doesn't just happen. It takes deliberate effort. You might have natural talent in something, and that helps, but talent alone is not enough, because talent without hard work is only going to get you so far. Excellence, on the other hand, requires consistency, repetition, and sometimes failure. You don't stumble into greatness because you're gifted. You get there because you show up on the days you don't feel like it, and you keep showing up anyway. Here's a story that I've shared before. When I was growing up, my dad and uncle were serious bodybuilders. I was on the other side of the spectrum, all into ballet, girly things. I wanted to avoid any sort of physical activity that even resembled a push-up. And one day, I said to my uncle, look, I don't want to lift weights. I don't want to end up looking all bulky like those female bodybuilders. And he laughed, he looked at me, and he said, Deanna, nobody ends up looking like that by accident. Those physiques take years of hard work, strict discipline, and intentional effort. And this applies to most things in life. You won't become excellent at math or whatever it is you're choosing to pursue by accident or with casual effort. You build excellence one intentional decision at a time. And this is where my students hear one of my favorite lines. Practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes permanent. Because what you repeat becomes your habit. So if you're going to practice correctly, because only perfect practice makes perfect. Let me give you an example. Almost every semester, I'll have a student come up to me after an exam and say, Professor V, but I studied X amount of hours for the test. Why didn't I do any better? And the first thing I'll always ask them is, but did you study correctly for all of those hours? Because in math, repeating the wrong method 20 times, it doesn't make you any better. It just makes you consistently wrong. And most things in life work the same way. Effort matters, yes, but directed effort matters more. So whatever you're repeating, whether it's a calculus rule or a life habit, make sure that it's something that's worth reinforcing, because what you practice is what will stick. Now, one of the greatest gifts my students have ever given me is the push to grow, not just inside the classroom, but beyond it. In the summer of 2018, I bought my first iPad Pro, mainly because I wanted to improve how I taught multivariable calculus. I felt like I really needed to up the game on my 3D drawings. However, my students had a bigger vision. Whenever I would go over homework with them in class, I'd project what I was writing on the iPad onto the screen for them, and then they would say, "Professor, you need to record this and upload it to YouTube." And at first, I didn't take them seriously, but then about a year later, I thought, okay, let me try it. So I started recording videos, not really knowing what I was doing, and uploading them, just hoping it would help my students. And then, as we all know, the pandemic hit. So then suddenly, that little idea and little channel became everything, because I started recording full lectures for all of my classes, building an online library, and trying to make math clear and accessible at a time when students needed it most. And I haven't stopped since. Now that work has grown into a platform that supports tens of thousands of learners around the world. And what's funny is my students are still right there in it with me. They give me so many ideas. Their questions inspire many of the videos that I create. And those videos are almost always the ones that resonate the most with other students as well. So yes, I teach here at IVC, but because of them, I'm also able to help students far beyond this campus, and that's something that I'll never take for granted. I'm also incredibly grateful for the colleagues that I've learned from along the way, mentors that I respect deeply, who've shaped how I think about teaching, who have challenged me, supported me, and helped me grow in ways they may not even realize. You know who you are. But tonight is not about me. It's about all of you. Each one of you has a story that didn't follow a perfectly straight line. Many of you worked jobs, balanced responsibilities, doubted yourselves, failed, started over, and kept going anyway. And that's what matters. Because, long after you forget the details of lectures, your exams, and the homework that you were assigned, the habits that you build here, resilience, discipline, persistence, those are the things that will carry you through life. So don't rush your growth. Keep practicing with intention. Keep showing up when it's uncomfortable. Because excellence is not an accident. It's constructed one intentional decision at a time. To the class of 2026, thank you for letting me be a part of your journey. You've got everything it takes to be exceptional. Now go out there, work hard, and make it happen on purpose. Thank you.
Thank you for those words. Now, it's my honor to recognize our recently or just about ready to retire faculty, our great faculty. This is known as our recognition of emeritus professors. We recognize and celebrate 4 esteemed colleagues who enriched our campus community with their dedication and service. If the 4 of you are in the audience, please stand up when we call your name so we can cheer you on. Lisa Alvarez. Patricia Beckman. Simon Davies. And John Lasitra. Their legacy of excellence, mentorship, and dedication has shaped our institution, and we wish each of them all the best in their future endeavors. Thank you. Now I'd like to welcome to the stage Vice President of Student Services, Dr. Martha McDonald.
Thank you, Vice President Miranda. Good evening, everyone. It's my honor to introduce tonight's speaker, student speaker. Maba Ahmad serves as president of the Associated Students of Irvine Valley College, representing more than 17,000 students and leading initiatives that strengthen student advocacy, institutional accountability, and equitable access to education. Known for her conviction and commitment to civic engagement, she approaches leadership with the belief that students should not only be heard, but meaningfully represented in the policies that shape their futures. During her presidency, Maba led a comprehensive restructuring of student government bylaws, strengthened collaboration across campus and district leadership, and advanced initiatives designed to improve the student experience. She has also represented IVC at the national level, traveling to Washington, D.C. to advocate for expanded financial aid through the federal Pell Grant and stronger access to food security programs, such as Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Beyond student government, Maba contributes to youth-centered research through Youth Cares at the University of California, Irvine, mentoring students, conducting research on climate justice and civic engagement. Her work has been presented at national conferences and published in NNERPP Extra, a publication of the National Network of Education Research Practice Partnerships, where her research highlights the role of youth voice in shaping research and policy. Maba plans to continue pursuing work in public health and policy, focusing on expanding educational opportunity and building systems that better support students and their communities. It's been a pleasure working with Maba this year, and please join me in welcoming Maba to the stage. Thank you.
Congratulations, class of 2026. Today, I have the highest honor and privilege to stand before you and look out at this vibrant sea of blue. You all look incredible, seriously. Though I can see the beauty in all the colors before me now, when I was younger, I used to see the world in black and white. I never got to join the basketball team in high school because basketball was too expensive for me. I never joined a single club in high school because I believed I wasn't smart enough. I never applied to a single four-year institution because no one in my family had ever done it before. And truth is, I didn't stay in that black and white world because it was comfortable. I stayed because stepping outside of it meant trying. And trying meant risking a no. No one came to help me navigate applications. There was no resources, and there was no roadmap. The cost of everything made me feel ashamed for even wanting more, as if wanting was already asking for too much. So I kept my eyes down, because if I never tried, I could never fail. That was my black and white world, and shame was the wall that kept me there. So I enrolled in community college like many of you, not with confidence, not with a plan, just with a quiet hope that maybe this time things would be a bit different. The moment I stepped foot onto this campus, all I could see was blue. And then I realized something. Community college was my chance to strive, to begin, and most importantly, to learn. It started with one small, terrifying step, joining a volunteer club called CKI. Yay, CKI. I didn't think I had anything to give, but I showed up anyways. That club led me to ASIVC, IVC Student Government, which pointed me towards rooms and people that finally said, You belong here. Because I kept showing up, those nevers transformed into nows. For the first time, I was not navigating this alone. When you are truly seen by the people around you, shame doesn't stand a chance. Before we move on, look around you. Look at the person next to you. Look at your family who's standing somewhere in the back. Just take a look. Take this in because this moment is yours and yours alone. You earned every single seat in this room. In your journey, it's not over. Not even close. Because showing up changes everything. It changed everything for me. Now, I refuse to let the price tag be the last word. Instead of sitting on the sidelines, I traveled to Washington, D.C. to lobby for student SNAP benefits and Pell Grants, fighting to make sure the system works a little better for the student sitting where I once sat. Now, I am no longer the kid who thought she wasn't smart enough. I have the highest honor of serving as your student body president. And now, instead of not applying to a single four-year institution, I plan to apply next academic year to as many universities as my heart allowed, backed by the endless support of the college that gave me a roadmap I never had. Shout out UPS. And now I'm not alone. I have my incredible, loving, and supportive family who have made endless sacrifices to get me here. Mom and Dad, I promise you it will all be worth it, for sure. And to my sisters, my best friends, my peers, all faculty, all of admin, thank you for everything. But I know I'm not the only one. So right now, find them. Look back at your family. Wave at your professors. They're all over there. Wave at them. Point at your friend. A good friend who is a really good friend, point at them. Find the person who kept you when you wanted to quit. Because this is all any of us have ever needed, not to be fixed, but to be heard. That changed everything for me, and I only hope that to be that person for someone else. Community college gave us a second chance, maybe a third, a fourth, a fifth, whatever number of chances you needed, this place gave them. Because no matter what kind of background you come from, the people in this institution choose to believe in you every single day. This sea of blue only exists because you are all here. And I'm only here as your student body president because of all of you. You will encounter colors you love and colors that are hard to look at, like my black and white world. You will learn and grow, and you will hurt, and you will rise. But the most important thing you can ever do for yourself is to keep showing up and take it all in. So before you go, before the colors scatter and the journey continues, take one more look around. This is what showing up looks like. I'm wearing black and white, but all I can see is blue. Thank you so much. Congratulations, class of 2026.
Mamba, may I ask you to come back up for a moment? I want to present you with this plaque recognizing your year of leadership over this past year. And on behalf of the faculty, the students, the staff, and the administrators, and the positive energy of the blue, once again, thank you for all that you've done and your high level of engagement. So congratulations.
Please welcome Rebecca Beck, Professor and President of Academic Senate at Irvine Valley College, for the presentation of the class of 2026.
Thank you. Will the graduates that are able to please rise? Dr. Hernandez, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the graduating class of 2026. These students have successfully completed their degree or certificate requirements, and they have been duly recommended by the faculty of Irvine Valley College for the degrees of Associates in Arts, Associates in Science, Associate Degrees for Transfer, and Certificates of Achievement. Thank you.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty of Irvine Valley College, these students are now candidates for the degrees of Associate in Arts, Associate of Science, Associates for Transfer, and Certificates of Achievement. By the authority vested in me by the state of California, the Board of Governors of the California Community Colleges, and the Board of Trustees of the South Orange County Community College District, I hereby confer upon you the degrees of Associate of Arts, Associate in Science, Associate Degrees for Transfer, and all rights and privileges to which you are entitled. So please come forward to receive your diploma or certificate of achievement, and we have our staff and volunteers who will assist you. So congratulations.
Girl, you're not gonna believe what they gave me for the.
Daniela Rojas. Sophie Maria Meyer.
Shadi Movahed Bashiri.
Liam Vincent Luke. Mohammed Samir Al-Hakim. Amber L. Ayuso. Ali Nemi. Ryan Pasha Safa Joe.
Mara Seha.
Tanya Pruitt. Lucas Hu Do. Dayton Echegoyen. Yash Amol Zumale.
Elizabeth Rojas.
Lucius Gibbons.
Jack Charles Jameson. Ekaterina Gabidulina. Angelica Garcia. Ryan Matthew Charles. Ha Chan Nwu Win. Lori Ann Bohen. Desiree Monique Hernandez. Catherine Pineres.
Kyra Marie Whitney.
Clarissa Yamaleth Diaz Godoy.
Radine Daniel Baravan.
Cadence Rose Jonas. Amal Abdirisa Dini. Jason Hai Jiao. Kayla Ariana Bayati. Ana Gabriela Origel Moreno. Munice Esma Gurakar. Sebastian Besseril. Ahlam Pashtun. Yadira Victoria Montalvo.
Iman Pashtun.
Firuze Lajam Urak Rezai. Chloe Brianna Cabrera Gonzalez. Sedonaros Aurora Reyes Jenkins. Elena Balalina. Nadine Al-Shawa. Dong Li. Tiba Isabella Ruhi. Soyun Lee. Alondra Vianney Troncoso Barajas. Ranisha LaShawn Shears. Men Thao Lee. Olga Inshina. Truong Dan Quinn Win. Sienna Lim. Ophelia Veselov. Kenneth Sihao Han. Dylan Michael Ladopoulos.
Hadi El Mosalami.
Mehmet Akif Ersoy. Catherine Frances Spratley. Marcus Liu. Emmeline Mary Rangel. Taisei Andrew Yamagishi. Matthew Jorge Wang. Shan Ramesh Patel. Natalie Sanchez. Daniel Antonio Nicanor. Catherine A. Martinez. Leilani Moran.
Priscilla Kalani Ekekela Preciado.
Megan Richelle Nugent. Kathleen Silva.
Jola Kiani Machinek.
Rebecca Pineda. Menna Ali Al-Botaif. Edie Jane Siglin. Fairuz Abdel Gawad. Delilah Nicole Vasquez. Shem Al-Qiyami. Vanessa Maria Campbell. Matthew John Bowman.
Elahi Mosavi.
Samantha Veronica Ortiz Altamirano. Christopher Derek Lindo Cortez. Nicholas Allen Nutter. Ashley Liv Brannon. Santiago Diaz Villamil.
Tara Rin Chow.
Maimunam Iliasu. Nicholas Chang. Devlin Brown. Megan Nee Liu. Alani Dominique Williams. Cynthia Yvonne Canchola. Camila Babaiva. Maya Alia Molina.
Srinath Krishnan.
Kaiba Michael Caroline. Craig James Okamura. Derek Barristain. Philopatir Edmund Gurgis. Diego Andres Castaneda Flores. Matthew Christopher Huang.
Ratanbir Singh Dillon.
Rajavardhan Reddy Palwai. Kai Alexander Sims. Ella Laura Wironko. Jake Ryan Miller.
Kent Michael Lorman.
Carla Lisbeth Gutierrez Tovar.
Logan Nicholas Blake. Ishone Ashley Walker. Andrew Theodore Handayana.
Ashley Mendiola.
Sai Kartikeya Sharma Swain.
Herman David Leon.
Evangeline Marguerite Mikhael.
Aliyah Abakirova. Adeline Veronica Robert. Mireille Sagieva. Jana Leila Kadri. Ashley Jasmine Molina Liborio.
Yufi Wang.
Valeria Jacqueline Sanchez Contreras. Ellie Feng T. Lam.
Selma Jamal Alajuz.
Chloe Mayumi Ming Watanabe. Karina Rodriguez. Emma Lynn Pham. Joanna Rodriguez. Chloe Wynn Dalmacio.
Sarah Anise Fayyad.
Lena Ahmad.
Faith Louise Leonard. Vine Thikan Win.
Chris Rodas.
Madison Fung Mai Win. Rika Minobe. Turlin Vansila Agnel Terry. Samuel Stephen Dangvu. Jasmine Hong Ngo. Nick Amid Vatanshenas. Ethan Hu Win. Nawar A. Bagche Sarai.
Justin Pricianon.
Kareem Delaney Sr. Miranda M. Frazier. Athens Mylisha Alston. Tosh Marie Patrice Podella.
Ruby Dekizar.
Marley Ugel.
Alyssa Rochelle Bowman.
Angelica Mayela Montufar.
Anitzi Viridiana Mejia.
Patricia Maria Montufar. Lindsay Mitchell Garcia. Miranda Christine Bernal. Hong Kwang.
Nia Shozhen Lin.
Margarita Lopez. Arna Anandmahali.
Janice Elizabeth Nopolis.
Adeline Hendrika Bacchus. Juliette Renee Hawthorne.
Chase Athanas.
Jennifer Nicole Mello.
Daniela Vera Galvan.
Khalifa Omran Sultan Al-Halami.
Amelie Sharapova.
Elma Saka. Ethan Scott Valtier. Jacob Robert Bauer. Molly Elena Jimenez. Lily Cecilia Cayley. Brian Bao La. Daisy Esther Matarasso.
Anthony Sensipper.
Delilah Alicia Para. Lily Stephan. Dong Ni Win. Madison Kella Quant. Cheyenne Linda Cohey. Miriam D. Meshasha. Isabella Esther Cohey. Hadia Diba Zakir. Ava Aryabad. Paula Elizabeth Lozano.
Ayla Christie Athena Eager.
Mahmoud Khalil. Alexis Kajia Fazeli. Angela Ghani. Leah Trinity Danica Eagar. Abigail Andianto.
Camila Latisse Lee.
Natcha Rungpet Vipavadi. Jialeen Jo. Catherine Than Ha. Yesenia Flores. Asma Mohammed Lazim. Hasti Dehranizadeh Baghdadabad. Alia Hassan Bayumi. Tina Offshore.
Kaylee Jean Knutson.
Shireen Goduzi. Zoe Alterac. Pasha Hassan Zabeh.
Nina Nasiri.
Amir Ali Alexander Hariri. Jedediah Theophilus Lee. Fawaz Khan. Jaewon Yi. Hans Christian Santiago de la Cruz. Omar Yasser El Alusi. Alexander de la Mora, Darian Carlos Agradano, Nicole Renee Albano, Tessie Karina Frutos, Fayaz Ibrahim Halal, Cade Everett Irwin, Leonardo Salgado, Alina Tausef Ali, Nicolas Arvizu, Megan Grace Hamilton, Clemente Sosa, Safa Usman, Paul Thomas Angel, Mia Rose Diosdado, Jordan Din Kwan Hata, Yu Xiao Zhang, Marilyn Christie Chai, Damian Luis Yanez,
Anaí Cortez Alvarado,
Samantha Raven Barnett, Natalia Michelle Grimes,
Jana Rose DeForest.
Brianna Janeth Alderete, Alexis Amber Price, Vanessa Leanne Marquez, Kivani Bray Shea Williams,
Isabella Garcia,
Noraya Situpa Lokeni,
Hinanui K. Swider, Kaylee Bryn Schaefer, Chin Ka So,
Chengwen Yin.
Jonathan Charles Ng,
Guadalupe del Socorro Burgada, Anthony Jordan Salgado, Christopher Owen Stocks, Carlos Alexander Quinones,
Dadmir Hojati,
Amirali Na Faradzadeh, Justin Lopez, Maria Martinez Galindo, Yonosuke Kadawaki, Valerie Isabel Estrada, Jesse Alungwa Bolor Erdene, Kira Alexandria Ortiz, Khan Tegin Orgil, Sophia Grace Gomez, Giselle Salcedo Hernandez, Tamia Rounds, Thomas Hernandez,
Alicia Jimenez,
Harun Ahsan Syed, Sumay Dincher, Mohammad Maher Ismail, Moises Lopez, Utkarsh Hemnani, Courtney Kazue Yamada, Jasmine Adriana Martinez, Vorchi Keo, Angie Antoine Cassis, Shudong Wang, Angel Mai Tiare, Yufan Liu. Kelly Quintero Win. Lance Rainier Coro Ling.
Sandra Lizeth Kazada.
Amir Amin Kashani. Isabella Simone Barikan. Nayla Flowers. Ronaldo Angel Lopez Mejia. Manuel Cascada.
Rustin Keshavarzian.
Igor Shermont Goes. Brandon Dalan. Jarrett Cortez. Neha Amodi Welikala. Matthew Quadras Darden. Haristo Ilyanov Iliev. Robert Gonzalez.
Darius Tyvanopoulos.
Mariano Penisi Perovich. Cliff Barnett Haynes IV. Paige Sunitha Fan.
Alyssa Murani.
Nui Nguyen.
Saul Andres Hernandez. Ramin Gostaspi.
Miriam Memihe.
Mahdi Vaziri Tehrani. Stephanie Ariel Bayezin.
T. Mai Do. Sarah Luz Lopez Villagomez.
Kennedy Arden Shen.
Isabella Vanessa Casillas. David Hyunduk Sa. Justine Erica LeCave.
Wei Jin Ko.
Alexander Everett Zapanta Enegan. Chloe Huang Tai. Mungunzul Jambal. Christine Marie Nalbandian. Dineth Sheniru Gonapolade Nyage. Lucienne Ying Su.
Misha Win Hee Lee.
Nafis Mubashir.
Rustin Jabati.
Ian Pablo Valle. Joseph Hoa Bui. Madison Elizabeth Lee. Annika May Bulba Dizan.
Maisha Fatima Manzoor.
Hilberto Valerio. Iman Salim Atif. Sandra Louise Moody. Maribel Velasquez. Jill Toomey Wynn. Valerie S. Bailey.
Johanna Valencia Reynoso. Deneen Elise Bird.
Isaiah Orlando Hernandez.
Diane Carol Willie.
Claudia Marissa Ariza.
Xiaomei Sun. Julia Luna Libellas.
Irene Nak Ha Lai.
Katie Alexandra Johnston.
Xiaoxi Zhang.
Arjun Krishna Kumar Manika. Zachary Richard Gomez. Yu Kyung An.
West Minor.
Nanae Kasai. Esteban Franco Medina Jr. Chonglei Su. Serenami Magallanes. Angelica Carlina Tatupu Munoz. Jessica Ray Jones.
Nathan Alexander Nera.
Christina Kotoha Kato Mansell.
Mahmoud Kojok.
Dilaram Vahabpur. Aranjan Bat Orgil. Dane Ario Dong. Fiza Ali. Yumiko Jane Lewis Beezer.
Aro Tatiana Nembat Metzafong Sinka.
Michael J. Beezer.
Ronnie Quintero.
Miracle Lacia Banks. Shantanu Sachin Kotekar. Robert Earl Bunton Jr. Sean Allen Curran. Kelly Duyan Tran. Yahya Imad Al-Sadaq. Emily Madero. Ethan Kofi Adu Giamfi. Jenna Ann Goodman. Mahmoud Osama Musa. Faris Vatani. Ethan Lo Gubila Adunaga. Gianna Elizabeth Pena. Daewon Shin. Angel Ricardo Martinez. Yesenia Corbett. Reddick Jesse Bansan Yonis. Nancy Marisol Escobar. Francis Noah Ramos.
Saul Alexander Resendiz.
Abdul Bari.
Kevin Chu.
Jorge Raul Prado. Inika Joshi. Luca Maynardi.
Erica Jong.
Finn Michael Monk. Kiyin Trung Win.
Cade Williams.
Ariana Sartipi. Diela Emmanuel Kumara. Tiffany Siu Ting Shu. Rachel Lauren Platt. Nathan Alexander Varau.
Julius McLean.
Mia Gell.
Josiah Rusli Sotomo.
Netham Ronasinga Sagara. Sawyer Benjamin Farrell. Alexis Susanna Mendez. Ali Walid bin Salman. Priscilla Nicole Samira. Aaron Katakli.
William Barak Chu Chin.
Elise Shi. Priscilla Emily Sanchez. Robert Arnold Tufford Jr. Alessandra Nando Ramirez.
Quan Fan Chan.
Christopher James Damigella. Anne Christine Galindo Guerrero.
Clarissa Lizette Naranjo.
Ji Hui Huang. Aria Izanegadari. Tia Lynn Rotunda. Aliyah Elizabeth Samoilovich. Sarah Kabara. Danielle Linda Z. Megan Teresa Beal. Tan Zung Win. Sofia Fatima Vasquez. Faith Kalia Bigornia Barba. Yasmin Lee Medina. Alexander Huang Train. Nicole Celeste MacDonald. Daniel Bar On. Cecia Shekinah Ruiz. Alicia Zuberi. Haley Renee Flores. Natalie Marie Rosado. Stephen Bryson Goers Hill. Marina Nicole Rodriguez. Lauren Naomi Goras Hill. Yasmin Arambula. Jumana Alkaya. Rupoli Kiran Swarup. Alyssa Marie East. Arabella Dawn Slade. Brandon Madrid. Cameron Mackay Murray. Diana Alhabazorgi.
Smita Patel.
Sepide Rahmatinia. Ivana Danae Pimentel.
Gina Yu.
Noah Warshauer.
Yvonne Lee. Sean Michael Tucker. Todd Jacob Tran.
Pedro Mesquita Rocha Silva.
Emilio Cortez. Ariana Lee.
Jason Edwin Dianes.
Ada Kaptana. Sharon Zuluaga. Sonia Garcia. Kylie May Nye.
Jackson Bujakian.
Kalia Christine Brown. Makan Win. Armina Niksad.
Nina Kingley Freiberg.
Jingfeng. Brenda Tipazzi. Karen Jasmine Torres.
Chanali Hinagama.
Victoria Rose Vargas. Darushi Hanagama. Vivian Virginia Canales. Shaista Sharif.
Amina Khan.
Shloka Subramanian. Fatima Shams. Inaaya Danish Sheikh. Alana Sky McMillan. Gobind Singh. Arancha Enriquez Diaz. Gustavo Machado. Hema Patricia Borsiaga. Maximus Napano Soto. Benjamin Danashar. Stephanie Jocelyn Lendos. Michael John Mitchell.
Toka I Kutob.
Ricardo Alfonso Madrigal Jr.
Tasneem Alam Mahmoud.
Frida Liliana Canales.
Mahmoud A. Mahmoud.
Yesenia Perales Avila. Ruby Blanco. Kit Yuan Ho. Abigail Flores. Christopher Aviki. Kentaro Onishi Davies.
Ryan Kawashiri.
Ruya Okumura.
Shahariar Mohsin Khan. Sitlali Zaragoza. Daniel James Kelly. Melissa Sopa's son. Marwan Ayesh. Ria Rajput. Bulasid Fuzin Chokwangsa. Thanyarat Srirawe Wangsa. Kimia Saifi. Po Yu Cho. Natalie Electra Ramirez. Natsuha Tsuji. Augustus Jackson Graham. Jun Yuk Choi, Rihanna Mary Alexa Schatz, Nuha Javid Khan,
Jacob Elias Muller,
Suhur Sugule Sala,
Kennedy Danae Roberts,
Aurora Matsoki, Rain Tsi Ray In, Dina Samadi, Luke Ezekiel Atienza, Tala Charlemagne Katat, Michelle Hina Taniguchi, Aya Habi,
Arazu Nazanin Camden,
Omar Khalifa, Wisi Jung, Dorna Mohajiri,
Ioannis Peter Mavrikas, Irasema McAllister,
Buchanan Frost Presley, Mariela Cecilia Cabrera Olivier,
Please join us in singing the Alma Mater, led once again by IVC music major Maddox Feemster. The lyrics are on page 6 of your program.
Please welcome back to the stage Dr. John C. Hernandez.
As we close, let me take a moment to thank the commencement work group for their hard work and efforts to mark this special occasion, and to the many commencement supporters for their volunteering at this event. To our guests, please remain seated until the graduates have left this venue and for the music to stop before exiting to join your graduate. Will the graduates who are able to please rise? Graduates, there is a time-honored tradition left to perform to signify your graduation. As a symbol of your achievement, I invite you now to move your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations, class of 2026.